Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry I'm not going to be able to see you all in person. Kind of a drag, isn't it? I hope everybody's doing well in the COVID times. So Brian asked me to draw a character, Steel Brigade character. Again, I have no idea who he is or they are. And if you've met me through the years at the Assembly Required Convention, you'll realize that this is nothing new, since I clearly don't know who any of these people are, even though I drew the G.I. Joe comic book here and there. So you would think I would, but I don't. Sorry. Nonetheless, I enjoy drawing them, and I enjoyed drawing G.I. Joe. So here we are. We're in my home, my studio, and Brian is there, and our friend Dan Welk is there. He's the one that's shooting all this, and they're standing around while I'm attempting to draw stuff. How do you draw a character? How do you draw? What are some of the basics, fundamentals, laying out a character? Of course, you kind of wanted him to be cool and posed in a very, powerful sort of way and all of that. So as well as these kind of characters, you kind of want to see the whole character. You want to see all the stuff, all the belts, all the things, the grenades, the stuff. And of course the guns and whatever. So you kind of want to see the guy, right? Or the gal, whichever the case may be. I've already kind of laid out the figure, and I do that with like basic shapes, like tubes and squares and things. You keep things simple to initially draw something. You got to break it down into the simple bits, right? And the simple bits are just basic shapes and form, okay? So there's your drawing lesson right there. So I'm drawing a gun. I'm sure I've asked Brian, like, what kind of gun is this guy got, and what does it look like? And I'm sure Brian, even though like I clearly have some guns up on my desk there in the right-hand corner. It's the first thing I'm working on. Those are like old shotguns or whatever. So anyway, back to this guy, drawing away, trying to, figure out what he's going to get in. And again, I have Dan there and he's filming, and Brian's there hovering over my shoulder. So like let's get on with this. Let's get this thing done. And clearly I'm talking, and you'll see that later on as you'll just want to like, dude, shut up and draw already. So here we are. I don't want to get into it there. Oh, look, there's the studio. There I'm chatting, and there we go. There's a little glimpse of my world. I hope your world is good. How's the COVID thing going for everybody? I hope everybody's safe and well, and all of that. So back to this. We're drawing in the guy, right? And his stuff and knee things and whatnot. Talk about challenges of drawing a toy brand. Oh my God, that's frightening. That's frightening too. My apologies. That was, oh my God. Sorry, that was jarring seeing oneself like that. I like this question particularly, the challenges of drawing a toy brand, like G.I. Joe, right? See, and there I am talking, like I'm doing now, but I'm explaining these guns. That's what I'm doing. Oh, these guns, blah, blah, blah. So, because Brian probably got reference for me for this machine gun. Like, oh, what's this look like? Find one more. I don't know. Even I've drawn them before. But anyway, see, clearly I'm talking. The challenges of drawing a toy thing like this, the toy brand thing, something like G.I. Joe. There's bunches of characters, there's bunches of vehicles, planes, helicopters, all of these kind of things. And of course, they're toys. So at some point, like when I was drawing the book, I would get, like, say, a line drawing from one angle of this particular toy, and it's going to be in this issue. And the toy isn't out yet. So here you go. There's your one line drawing from one angle of this. And then now you have to do an entire story with this thing that you have to, like, draw from many angles and imagine it and figure it out, right? So, say these characters, they all have these intricate kind of designs and things and stuff. And I had a studio mate, my good friend Adam Van Wyck, who is a storyboard artist for Warner Brothers and many others. I mean, he's worked on tons of stuff. But he would always say that, like, these characters were designed by someone that only had to draw them once. Meaning they could put all of this time into this drawing of this thing and make it hyper detailed with all of this stuff, which is all really cool to look at. But if you have to draw it for many panels over a 22-page story, that gets to be a pain in the ass. So drawing all of these things. So drawing a character over and over again that's highly detailed becomes very difficult, or just kind of a pain in the butt. So you end up simplifying things, because I have to draw it a bunch of times, man. So let's simplify this. And then back to the toy thing for this particular book, because I can only speak really about G.I. Joe, because it was such a toy-based kind of driven thing that I've drawn. So, drawing the toy brand, again, I'd get this one view line schematic drawing of some particular toy. I draw it for this issue, and then 2 months after the issue would come out, the toy would come out, and then Hasbro would actually send me the toy. And then I would be like, oh, this is really cool. And it would have been really handy to have drawing the actual comic book. But that's not how it works, kids. That's not how it works. As many of you know, when I drew G.I. Joe, the legendary writer Larry Hama wrote the book. And it was a great pleasure working with Larry, and it still is a great pleasure working with Larry. I'm drawing pockets on a belt. Oh, there's my hands. There's the drawing. Oh, there we are. We're back. Still talking. God. Let's see. Larry was one of the first editors that I went to see when I got out of the Kubert School. I went to the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art in Dover, New Jersey, to learn how to be a comic book artist, of all things. And so Larry was kind of one of the first people that I wanted to go see, primarily because he edited a book called Savage Tales that I really liked, that had a lot of cool black and white stories in it, that were very sort of military based and whatnot, because my big dream when I was a kid was to draw Sergeant Rock. I loved Sergeant Rock. That was a big thing for me. Russ Heath, Joe Kubert, loved all of that stuff. So that was a big thing. I guess that's what I stumbled into G.I. Joe, because of a lot of that, because I liked drawing all of this kind of gear and tech and stuff. Even though I think there's people that do it 100,000 times better than I do. So, but nonetheless, Larry was the guy for me to go see, and I'm glad I did. Oh, there I am again. There he is. Like he knows what he's doing. Like I said, I got started, and I worked with Larry Hama. But before working for Larry, because I went to see Larry, and when I first called Larry up, I said, he answered, like you could talk directly to editors then, and I told him who I was. I'm Ron Wagner. I'll show you my portfolio. And he said, and he has this really deep voice that I can't do very well. And he said, well, I want to see 22 pages of continuity, or I don't want to talk to you. I have that. I have that, Mr. Hama. And I did. I had it, and 22 pages of continuity basically means like an entire comic book, as opposed to like I have a bunch of Conan pinups, yet I want to draw comics. Well, they have to see that you can actually draw a sequential story. Not just like, here's a pinup of this guy, and here's a pinup of, much like what I'm drawing now, which would be considered like a pinup, right? Like, it's just like, here's a pose of a dude, and I draw it, and, whatnot, but there's no storytelling. I'm not trying to, tell a story. So, and that's what you're trying to get the job for, so that's kind of what editors want to see, right? So anyway, Larry looked at my stuff. I went up and he basically like, you draw like, one set of eyes and one nose and one ear, and this, meaning all my people kind of look alike, like there's no real character to things, and basically, he pointed many things out that I could absolutely improve on, and after that, he said, if you do 5 really good superhero pages, I'll show them to every editor up here. And if you work really hard for a year, you'll be really good, and so that was great. And then I ended up, I think, not doing any of that, but I did go get like something to do at DC, I think, or something. But anyway, it was really kind of a year later that I went back to see Larry. And I had worked for DC and kind of walked in and like, boom, here's my stack of stuff that I've been doing. And then right away he gave me a thing to do for Savage Tales. So, which was a really cool, like I said, really cool little like anthology sort of magazine that had 8 12-page stories that were black and white, that were really cool. So, then here I am talking again, just talking, like if you just shut up, you'd have this drawing done by now. You really would. So, hands, oh God, I have to draw this stuff. My approach to storytelling, God, that's complicated. But we have time to kill, folks. We have so much time to kill. I wish I had a guest. Just to like break the monotony of me like talking forever. And clearly I'm talking and they, what's going on? Oh, I'm trying to figure this out. It'd be a lot easier if you would just like throw down a ruler or something and just draw a straight line. Instead of just winging it, just making making all this stuff up, as always. So, approach to storytelling. That's an individual thing. I'm still learning, even though I've been doing this for 40 years or something, I guess, by this point. But knee pad thingies, God, there we are. Look at that. Just, and I'm trying to bust through this thing because, like, these guys are here. And I'm chewing up their day, and I'm like, oh, come on, let's get this done. And come on. How's everybody coping with the COVID thing? That's a good question, isn't it? What's going on? What's everybody doing? You just, oh, there he is again. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, what's he just got all excited about something, didn't I? I don't know what's going on there. I could just rolling through this. There's really, the feet, boots, ankles, things. Figure it out. Come on. Clearly I haven't figured out the bottom half, but I've already started inking the top half. So, storytelling, I don't know if any, a lot of these things are kind of like deep, if anybody really cares about that kind of stuff. And so I don't know how much I want to really get into that. I did that one. I did that. See, I'm running out of stuff to talk about. I do want to say I'm really missing seeing everyone. this year here at the Assembly Required. I always look forward to it. I always enjoy it so much. Really, I do. Even though I possibly sometimes act like I don't, because sometimes I'm an asshole. I'm sorry about that. What can I say? Who isn't? Honestly, be honest with yourself, folks. Everybody is a little bit sometimes. But anyway, no, seriously, I really wish we could get together. It'd be a lot of fun to see everyone. I always enjoy it immensely. So let's hope we can do it next year. And I hope all of this that Brian and his and the crew have planned for whatever this online experience is, in which this is apparently part of it. Which my apologies again if this is just a little too much. So oh look, he's drawing the gun, even though I'm making a lot of it up. Which is, I know, I hate to disappoint, but I do. At some point I'm just like, let's just, well, look, it reads machine gun. Good enough. I didn't get the safety thing latch in the right place where it should go. And, oh well. It'd be cool to see everybody. And the COVID business just kind of sucks. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody in their family is well, and let's hope that we can all adjourn again next year, and see each other in person, and all of that. So, still, also, I'm hoping that if we could just, anyway, look, he's just talking, drawing the little things on the barrel thing, and it's like, why is all this stuff so hard to draw? There's so many things. Oh, look, it's a close-up. There it is. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's awesome. Love the close-up. Look at that. Oh. It's almost like he knows what he's doing in a way, in a weird, dysfunctional way. So there, we're back. I like the close-up. Yeah, that was cool. Love that. And I don't know if I've mentioned, but Brian is going to color this. So once I'm done slapping some ink on this thing like I'm doing, then I'm done. And then I just had to have recorded this, wonderful voiceover. So my question is everybody going to be dressed up as their favorite Joe characters at home during this? And then there will be some sort of mass Zoom thing where everybody's going to be dressed as our favorite cosplaying Joes. Will that happen? And if it's not, then why isn't it? That's my question. Why isn't it? Because it should. Anyway, I need call-in guests. I need to be able to people to ask questions and call in and, say, Ron, which character do you like to draw the most? Which is your favorite one? Sorry, I don't know who that, sorry, I did a voice. I don't know. Anyway, back to the Steel Brigade guy. I failed to mention at the beginning that, one of the beautiful things about dudes with these helmets and face things on is you don't have to draw face. You don't have to draw eyes and nose and things, and and on that you don't have to draw face. The problem with that is, of course, if you're telling a story that acting becomes difficult. You use eyes and things for acting and for emotion. But Steel Brigade guys don't have any emotion. That's why they have the visor and the helmet. They, right? They don't have any emotion. They're repressed. Oh, drawing some gun thing on the hip there. for this call-in show. Again, this should be a call-in show, and then you could ask me questions. I could give you my bullshit answers, and I think it would be highly entertaining. Perhaps it's something I'll do in the future. Ron Wagner, old-timey G.I. Joe artists, answers your questions, in a haphazardly, not really well thought out kind of way. So that would be perfect. So my question is how is everyone staying sane in the COVID world, in the COVID business, or have we all just kind of gotten back to, getting out there and doing whatever we want to do and whatever. I'm curious is what people do, because I personally need to see someone like once a week, a person, and and that can be difficult if you're kind of quarantining up. Even though I've I'm like everyone, I've ventured out, and I just won't eat in restaurants and certain things. And again, this is way more info than you really want, and I'm just trying to but these things keep me sane as far as just seeing someone and talking to someone as opposed to sitting in a room, even though my whole career basically has been practiced for quarantining. Because you're drawing comics and things, you kind of sit in a room by yourself and do it alone, all by yourself. So, but I still need to see people, at least kind of once a week here and there. So I'm just curious as to what everyone else does. So when call in and tell me, how you're doing, what you're doing or not doing. Are you, just let me know how everybody's surviving. We can all use tips. So here I am. Oh, look, I'm breaking out the brush pen. So that means we're getting towards the end, and Ron's getting bored. Let's get this thing going. Let's throw some stuff in. Let's throw some blacks in. Blah, 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 blah. Bam, bam. Look at that. Bam, bam. Oh, we have a reflection. So, nice. He gets dark bits in there. Suddenly he starts to pop a little bit. And again, Brian's going to color this, so I'm just going to leave it open to a certain extent for color and for him to do whatever he wants to do. But look at that. Oh, yeah, get the brush pen out. You throw those blacks down, man. They're just suddenly things have weight. And depth a little bit. So that's the deal. Just get that going. Chunk, 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 chunk. I don't know what's going on with that belt. I'm just making it up. And I'm probably turning it around to those guys and saying, I don't know what's going on with this belt. I'm just making it up. There we are. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm certain of it. So, plus this is an amalgamation of two Steel Brigade characters, the helmet of one and the body of another, sort of, I think. So, again, it's Brian's direction, so it's his fault if it's all wrong. Oh, gotta get a little piece of paper underneath there so we don't get any smear streaky bits. And I probably turned around and said that because if you got the ink is wet, right? So if you lay your hand down in it, then you've smeared it, and then we got to start all over again, and you'll have to listen to me talk for another however long, incredibly long this is. So look at that. There it is. Oh, yeah, popping that glove in. So I'm going to speed all this up. So you're just kind of making some decisions as you're going, what we're doing. I'm just kind of blocking in some local stuff and, the black gloves, they're kind of leathery sort of things. So we got a little reflection and they pop a little bit. So just look at that. Oh my God, it's almost like he knows what he's doing. So what else do we got? What else are we talking about? Let's see. Basics, fundamentals. We don't want to do all that stuff. Is all boring. Plus, we're past that. Now we're into this character. And my question is, another question is if you could draw all this stuff, what characters would you draw? What would be your favorite character to draw? Would it be the character that you cosplay as? I mean, like, oh, I come dressed as, Tunnel Rat, or Viper guy, that's the guy I want to draw every time, that kind of thing. Because honestly, as cool as Snake Eyes is, I kind of like, oh, it's another Snake Eyes. Yeah. And Brian just recently showed me a sketch of Snake Eyes drawing that I did, so anyway, I like to draw other characters besides other characters that seems like I draw a lot. So I would be curious to know what other people like. If I could draw this comic book, I would do a story about this guy, and like, or just this guy, and that's an interesting thing too. Like, if you could write a G.I. Joe story, what would it be? What would your G.I. Joe? What would your ultimate G.I. Joe story? Or has it already been written? Did Larry Hama already do that for you? Did he already write, like, the story, Storm Shadow, or was it Snake Eyes? I forget, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, but they come in on the glider. It's the silent issue. It's the one everybody knows, so except apparently me. But I've been rambling for a long time, so I'm trying to keep a hold of stuff. But is that your favorite story? Or if you could write a story, what would it be? What would your ultimate G.I. Joe story be? Really? What would it be? I would love to know. Or are we just, no, Larry already did it. Or, whoever, are there other G.I. Joe writers? I mean, really? Is there anyone else besides Larry? I don't know. So I don't know what Brian's doing with this. I'm sure he'll, be selling prints of this and, making gobs of money off of me. I'm certain of that. But if you want a sketch from me, please, I'm sure there's some way on all of this online assembly required convention stuff that says how you can go about doing that. I don't have that information at the tip of my fingers right now, but I'm sure Brian will let you know. Brian and the crew will let you know, like, what's going on with all that, but I am open to commissions and whatnot. So, don't be bashful. Let's do it. Let's pretend that, we're there and we're hanging, and I'm trying to do a sketch for you that I'm taking way too long to do because I'm, running my mouth, much like I am now. So, there we are. We're like throwing in some like blacks on those boots. Get his boots shine. Look at him go. Oh, like, we're going to, like, thicken him up a little bit. Thicken him up. We're going to thicken him up. Like, give him a little weight. That's what we're doing. Just a little weight with the brush. Just like, he's going to pop. Give him a little weight. So, yes, that's what I'm talking about. See, and now that you've watched me do this, everyone at home can easily draw their own G.I. Joe. I'm certain of that. See, and I'm sure I'm turning around and telling Brian and Dan that. See, people could do this at home. Now that they've watched me do this, they can just pop this baby right out. No, just going around out loud, going to give him some weight. You got to have some weight. You got to thicken up those outlines a little bit. Make sure that Brian's got some coloring book outlines so he can color nicely. So yeah, I'm like I'm pretty curious as to like whether people during this virtual JoeCon will be dressing up in their various costumes. That's not the right word. Uniforms. That's what I was going to say. Uniforms, because I want to see them. That's one of my favorite parts. And I'll bet you that's what I'm telling Brian right now, because clearly I'm running my mouth and I'm not drawing. So blah, 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 blah. So, but I want to see everybody's uniforms. It's one of my favorite things. So, so send me pictures, or I'll lurk about on the outskirts of the online convention and just, check it out. So I just want to, I'm curious. Are you going to dress up, or is it going to be like, hey, we don't have to drive to Des Moines and get all the gear and put all the stuff on. So we're going to lay around and attend the virtual con in our jammies, on the couch, with a bag of Cheetos and Pringles and or whatever, because that's what I would do. I'm certain of it. And we must be getting to the end. We must be. We're getting very close, because he's doing his little border business. The border business just, and it's I have no idea what a straight edge is. I have no idea. I don't know what a ruler or a triangle is. You would think I'd just pop in a straight line, but nope, can't do it. Can't do it. So there we go. Still little things here and there that he wants to do. Oh, what's he doing? Yeah, we're gonna leave it for Brian. I don't think he's done though. No, I don't think he's done. Oh, the hardest part right now. Oh, he signed it. Look at that. Oh my God. So that's how it's done, kids. Just like that. You just draw it just like that. So now you know. Now you can do it. You can do this at home. Oh, there he is again. Oh, talking. All he does is talk. So let's finish this up. Come on, let's finish this up. What more do you have to do? Oh, I'm going to erase. That's an eraser. The pencil lines. Remember the pencil lines from long ago? It was hundreds of years ago that a pencil line was put down. I forget what I was talking about. Dinosaurs or something then, I'm sure. But here it is. Off it goes. Can get rid of those pencil lines because Brian will take it and he'll scan it and he'll color it in the computer. I like to call the computer the magic box. That's where all the magic happens. It's going to take this wonderful drawing and make it amazing with color and vibrancy, and it's just going to be beautiful. It'll be a beautiful, gorgeous thing. Look at that. So erasing, the biggest thing with erasing is not to crinkle the paper. You get one bad kind of going against something, and suddenly your paper bends, and then you have to start over. Then we're all starting over. And then you're going to sit here for another 3 hours while I talk and try to get that done. Let's hope that doesn't happen. God, let's hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, it's been a great pleasure seeing you all. I didn't see you. Talking to you all. And please, everyone, take care of themselves. I hope to see you all next year. Stay well, stay safe. Again, I want to know, what we're wearing, what uniforms, what outfits, what have we made? I want to see some new stuff. I want to see some new stuff from everybody. I do. Anyway, I love you all, and look, I'm just trying to. I'm getting the sign from my producer to stretch. No, we're nearly done. And if this guy in this video would just turn around, stop talking, erase the damn thing, we would be done. This grueling marathon would be done. You wouldn't have to listen to this anymore. So just erase the damn picture, Wagner. There it is. Oh, and if you want commissions, get a hold of Brian, the Assembly Required guys, and we'll make all that happen. And I'll try to get them done as quickly as I can. So again, peace and love, everybody. Take care. Hopefully, we'll see you all next year. I hope you're enjoying the erasing. I think he's nearly done erasing. You'll know when he's done erasing when he breaks out the big brush. There's the big brush. Brush it, brush. Brush it, brush. Brush it, brush. There it is. There's your little drawing. There's your guy. Next time you'll see him, he'll be in color. Brian will have done his magic. It will be amazing. And thank you again for enduring all of this. Peace and love, man. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.